Hi, congratulations on your new RV. We're really excited for you. Please make sure before you're signing that you bring the following items with you. If you're a cash buyer, please make sure that you bring a cashier's check, no personal checks at time of signing, or you may bring actual cash. If you're a finance customer, please make sure that you bring proof of insurance listing your specific lien holder. If you need that information, please call us ahead of time. Also, make sure that you bring all valid driver's license of all persons that will be listed on the title. If you have a trade that you're trading in with us, please make sure that you bring your 10-day payoff as well as your title and all persons who will be listed on the title of that trade. Arrive 30 minutes early before your appointment time so we can properly inspect your unit, and also make sure that you have the fridge on and running prior to arrival. If you have any questions, please feel free to give us a call at 810-686-0710. Thanks so much. Have a great day.
Hello, it's Mike with TradeWinds RV Center, here to congratulate you on the purchase of your Jayco Eagle 321 RSTS fifth wheel. I'm here to walk you around it, show you how to use a few things, get the best out of your camping experience. Let's start by a couple things to take into consideration when parking at a campground. On your campsite, leave plenty of room for your slide to come in and out, and of course your awnings. Those will go out even further. Then on your off campsite, again, of course, your slides. Then I also want you to think about where your power and water connections are going to be. They are going to be on your driver's side of your tow vehicle, toward the front of the trailer, your power and your water. So park accordingly so you can utilize facilities at the campsite. Once you arrive, we'll unhook our hitch, be coming in here, and turn it on your auto leveling system. Simply hold down both arrows till you get a light. Now you can raise or lower your front landing legs until you're off your hitch. Once you're off your hitch, remove your hitch vehicle and hit auto level. Auto level is going to run down all your auto leveling jacks. Going to bring up and down your landing legs until your whole unit is completely level. Once it is, this light will flash and you'll hear a short beep and you'll know that you're level. Once you are level, we can go ahead and hook up our power and water. Big long 50 amp cord here. Plugs in on the side here. Should you need to plug into a 30 amp service, in your convenience pack will be a 50 down to 30 amp. And if you ever need to plug in at home, there is a 30 to 15 where you can plug into a 110 at home. That's your power plugged in. Let's hook up our water. Jayco made it real easy here in your docking station. You have 4 different ways you can set this up. At the campsites, we're going to hook up to city water. City water connections over here. Excuse me. City water connections over here. First and foremost, your water pressure regulator. This water pressure regulator is going to reduce the water pressure to 40 to 50 psi, protecting the lines in your unit. I always use this when putting fluid in here. Hook up your water pressure regulator. Hook up your hose. Now we're going to set our levels to city water. To the right and to the left, just as they are. But before turning on your hose, right here's your hot water heater. How are we going to do at this point? Make sure our drain plug's back in. May have left it out the last time you were camping. Get that on there nice and snug. Once that's on there tight, you can go ahead and turn that hose on. Now after your hose has been running for a little while, go inside. You can deploy the slides if you need to, but I need you to get inside and open up your water taps. Get your water taps opened up, get all the air out of the lines. Once you got a nice steady flow of water, you can go ahead, shut them off. Now let's say we're going to go camping and we're not going to use city water. We're going to go dry camping or boondocking as they call it. In that case, we're going to do 2 steps. We're going to start by filling the tank. Blue down, green to the left. Hot water heater plugged. Water pressure regulator and a hose turned on right here. Turn that on. Treat your water heater the same way. Make sure it's full. Go inside, open lines. Once you have your water heater full and your tank full, which you can tell by checking the levels on the inside. I'll show you where you do that. Once your tank is full, remove your hose, and then we're going to switch to dry camp. Green down, blue to the right, and then you will turn on your water pump. Now several places to turn on your water pump. Just wherever you turn it on, make sure that that's where you shut it off at. Alright, we're all set up to camp with power and water. Let's go ahead and walk you around the rest of the outside of the unit, starting here in the docking station. You have a little light up here. Here's where your prep for solar. You can plug in a solar panel right there and that'll trickle charge your batteries. You do have an outdoor shower with a spray hose that'll hook up to that. Here's your hot water bypass. Here's your pump. Here's your black tank flush, sanitizer winterizing, and your freshwater connections to fill with. Cable and satellites over here. All your directions here. Here's our black and gray holding tanks. And then you have this area here that you can run all those water hoses down through. To the right of it again, your hot water heater. This is a flue for your furnace. If you're running your furnace, steer clear of that. It does get hot. Make sure nothing's ever blocking it. Again, your power. Down here's our area to plug in our hose to dump our tanks. Coming into your pass-through storage, you do have another light in here. These lights, you can set them one side to be motion censored, the other side to turn them on. Over here again, your auto leveling system. More directions on that there. This is your battery disconnect. This will disconnect all the battery power to the unit. That'll come important later when I talk about your carbon monoxide and propane detector. Speaking of propane, got one on this side. There's your regulator. Simply lefty loosey to open. Point it toward the tank you wish to be using. Continuing down your off camp side, this is going to be access to the back of your fridge. Get that opened up. That's access to the back of your fridge. That is a vent for your microwave. You have a couple low point drains that'll be easier accessible once your slides closed and we're leaving the campsite. There those are. You have a ladder, utilize it. Go up there a couple times a year, check the seams of your roof, caulk as needed with recommended RV roofing caulk. You also prep for a Furrion backup camera. It's a device you can purchase from our store. It sits on the dash of your tow vehicle, electronically communicated with this device, giving you a backup camera on the unit. Accessory hitch. Your J port for your grill. Metal piece goes in there with a quick connect LP right here on the corner. Spare tire manual hand crank. That'll bring your spare tire down. Your awnings have a pitch adjust on them. If it's raining, you want the rainwater to run off, simply pull down on this pitch adjust. That'll adjust that away and run the rainwater away. Continuing down your campsite, your big awning has the same pitch adjust. Do have a step light so you can see your steps at night. A couple of outdoor speakers. That blue spray port that's over for your outdoor shower, you can plug it in on this side if you want to wash this side of the unit off. Another low point drain right there. Inside here, more power or lighting. 110 cable, so you can plug your TV in out here. This is you'll see a couple of these on the unit, one here and one indoors. Furrion sells a Bluetooth speaker that can connect to those. The other outdoor speaker. Again, your propane on this side. Come to your front compartment here. There's your batteries. Don't forget to check your battery post now and then. Make sure those haven't wiggled loose as you're going down the road. And that about covers everything on the outside. I do want to mention on your landing legs, when you do arrive, you put these in. Make sure that you see them come through on the other side so that you know they're in all the way. Let's go take a look inside your unit. First thing I like to point out in every unit is the fire extinguisher. Make sure that you and everyone that's camping with you knows that the fire extinguisher is located at the entry doorway in case of an emergency. As you walk in, straight up on the wall, there's going to be your control panel. First, I'll talk about this template. This is where it's pre-wired for solar. So leave this on there. That's for the techs to be able to use if this unit ever gets wired completely for solar. Now our control panel. Touch the screen. Touch home. Home is going to give you several options. Climate control, your lights, your leveling system, check your tanks, your energy. Or over here we can go down individually. We'll start on the teardrop. So there's where you can turn on your water pump if using potable water. There's where you turn on your water heater if you're using electric, your water heater if you're using gas. Does make a difference to choose the right one. That'll show you the level of all of your tanks. Come over here, touch leveling. You can do all your auto leveling from here. Scroll this up, control all your slides and awnings. Speaking of awnings, I'm going to bring in number 2 here. We're going to hit retract on number 2. So when you run these awnings out, you only want to run them out until a flap falls down to 90 degrees, and then you can see your bar. I want to show you there's a couple different places you can bring these awnings in. So we're on this control panel here. I'm going to bring in number 1. You can also come down here and bring it in, which we'll get to shortly. I'll leave number 2 out. Slide controls here or down here. Temperature. Let's go ahead and turn on the AC. Heard that kick on quick. Close our door. So heard the AC kick on. When I shut the AC off, it shuts off rather quickly. But if I turn this on and go to heat, you hear the heat kick on. You'll notice that it takes a few minutes longer for the heat fan to cycle through to shut off than it does the AC fan. Coming over here to your lights, you can control them all from here. Or you could also control down here. We'll get to that in a moment. There you check your tire pressure, and it shows you what kind of energy you're on. Alright, on the bottom, let's go to number 1. Controls all the interior lights except accent lights. Number 2, exterior lights. And number 3 will do both. There's another spot you can turn on the water pump. Again, this is where you turn it on, shut it off here. Now coming over to this extend and retract, let's touch this button. I'm going to go all the way back to off. So OF is off. Next one up is PA, which is pair. You can download the BM Pro app to your phone and do all of this for your phone. You can control your awnings, your slides, your lights. You can be outside at night, just pull up your phone and crank your awning out. Really cool system. So you pair it to your device there. Awning number 1. I'll show you control that from here. I'm just going to hit retract. Just going to run our awning in. The heat just shut off. I guess it takes a couple of minutes for that to cycle through. Alright, awning's off. I'm going to touch number 3 and shut off our exterior lights. Awning number 2, slides 1, 2, 3, and 4. Or 1, 2, and 3, excuse me. Close the exterior door and finish our tour. Below that, accent lighting. This is a temperature reader. It allows the thermostat to work better. You'll see a few of those throughout the unit. Come around to your right. Down here is access panel to your breaker box and fuses. To your right, your 12-volt carbon monoxide propane detector. Reason I mention that's 12 volt is always running off your battery. So if you are out dry camping somewhere, nothing plugged in charging your battery, use that battery disconnect if you're going to be gone for the day to keep this from running your battery down. Another spot for one of those Bluetooth speakers if you ever purchase one. Big residential fridge, self-explanatory microwave. It does have a high and low light here, high and low fan as well. Your cooktop has a panel light. This glass top makes a great backsplash. Just turn this to light, hit your spark, and once your gas is turned on, you'll get a flame up here. Same thing on the oven. Down here is the oven. Turn it to light. Hit your spark here, that will light it, and then just set this to the desired temperature. No need for a pilot light. Rock your panel light down and it becomes an oven light. Quite a few of these throughout the unit. different spots that you can turn on or off your ceiling lights, pendant light, all exterior, dinette lights. Got your pantry. Over here, your big television will crank up. There's your TV working. Pretty much have to run a digital channel scan wherever you're at. JBL sound system. Turn that on. We can get anything to come on indoors. Bluetooth, FM. You've already know. So your zone. We shut it off indoors. Turn it on just over the living room, and then outdoors, or all three. So really nice sound system. Bluetooth, AM, FM. Now let's talk about the fireplace. Not just for looks anymore. You can go through and show you all the pretty colors, but the biggest thing, folks, is the heat. If it's chilly in the morning or evening, instead of turning up your gas and using your gas if you're plugged into a campsite, crank this baby up on high for a little while. Use their electricity to warm it up. Show you quickly how to turn your sofa into a bed. I found standing in the middle gives you the best leverage. You have Velcro cushions. Simply remove those. Lift in the middle. Open your legs out. Pull it towards you. Lay your back down. And just that quickly, you've got another sleeping quarters. Remember, when reversing the process, to lift the back up first. You lift the front up, you're going to damage it. Fold your legs in. Back it back down. And just quickly you're back to a sofa. Your recliners have the parachute pull. Pull up on this handle here. That'll give you your recliner. Individual lighting up in here. Your table does have an extension. Storage area with hydraulics that'll hold that up for you. Extension drawer. 110 with GFCI reset on the side of your island. And one more thing on your island. Two actually. One, your little power port here. USB and 110 inside here. And your water pump. Fresh water drinking station. Before turning that on, make sure you fill up that water bottle or get a water bottle compatible. That'll give you fresh drinking water at whatever station you're at or at campsite you're at. You'll know you have nice clean water. Coming up the hallway, let's go into the bathroom. A couple things I want to point out in here. You have a hand-controlled fan. Your shower. Make sure that you have this shower snapped all the way open for travel. Keep that door from bouncing around. Bedroom. On the side here is your inverter. This is your charging station. Turn your other TV on back here. Prep for a 12 volt cable 110. This remote will be right in this drawer. You are prepped for a washer and dryer back here. If you ever decide to get that installed, make sure that your closet doors are snapped all the way open, both spots. And the coolest part about all these light things is this last one. You're in bed at night and you realize, oh, I can shut off all of my interior lighting or all of my exterior lighting right from here. You do have under your bed folding chairs that match your dining room chairs, so you can remove that storage bench and use those instead. Besides lighting, you can also control this slide here. Another temperature reader. And that about covers everything on the inside. Let's act like we're getting ready to leave the campsite. I do want to show you, this isn't accent lighting, that's your fan down there. And lastly, by your fan, smoke alarm. Alright, so let's act like getting ready to leave the campsite. Close everything up. I like to come over here and touch number 1 and shut off all my interior lights. Then I can walk around the unit and see any individual lighting that I may have left on in the unit. Our bathroom. And lastly, our reading light over here. Now make your way back through the dark to your control panel. Just touch number 1 again. Now you know you can shut off all your lighting from number 1. Touch our arrows down here. Go to slide number 1. And before we bring in our slides, I'm going to say doors and drawers. Make sure all doors and drawers are closed. Nothing's going to impede your slides from coming in. These drawers are very important. You don't want this catching on it. Same thing down in here. So doors and drawers closed. Go to slide number 1. Hit retract, which I'm going to show you is the bedroom slide. I'm going to stop there and go up here and show you that your control from up here works as well. Retract your slide. Slides in. Close that door. Oh, another door to make sure. Your bedroom or bathroom door, make sure that that is snapped open. Slide number 1's done. Let's go to slide number 2 and hit retract. That's going to be your kitchen slide over there. See what I mean about doors and drawers? They utilize every inch over here. Slide number 3, retract. See the bottom come in first. That happens a lot with slides because the slide mechanism is on the bottom. The top eventually catches up. And once our slide's in, why'd you hear that noise? It's okay to hear that noise. That's the slide mechanism telling itself not to come in any further. A lot of people mistake it for some grinding gears, and that is not the case. Let's shut off number 1 and exit our unit. Now the biggest thing on these steps is make sure your exterior door is all the way open, otherwise this could catch on. Put this up, set it inside softly, lock and deadbolt your exterior door, lift and turn your handle, and your door is ready for travel. Now we're going to come back around here. We're going to come up in here and hit retract all. Retract all is going to bring up all of our stabilizing jacks and leave it to the point that we can hook up our hitch just by bringing the front up and down by itself. Once we got our hitch hooked up and head on up to the dump station, I want you to park accordingly. Your dump is going to be just ahead of the tires on your driver's side of your tow vehicle. Once you arrive, get ready to dump those. We're going to dump all of our low point drains. One there, another one here, and then lastly a couple over here on the other side, clearly marked with a sticker that says low point drain. Just going to dump all of your water out of your low points. Once you've got them dumped, go ahead and come back to your hot water heater. I'm going to open that up, lift up on our pressure release valve. That'll dump the remaining of your hot water out of here. Put that back down, otherwise your door won't close. And then pull your drain plug. Now we're ready to dump. Hook up your 10-foot hose, comes with your convenience pack right there. And the first thing we're going to do is pull our black water. Black water is going to be your sewage. Once it sounds like that's no longer draining, step inside the door, open up your panel, and look to see if your tank is empty. Once you're sure it's empty, leave that black handle open, again with your water pressure regulator. Hook up the hose at the dump station to this black tank flush. Turn that on for a good 5 minutes. Let that wash out your black tank. Once that's done, shut that off. Make sure the remainder of it has drained. Then close your black tank. Pull your gray tank. Close that one. Pull this other gray tank. Once them are empty, then we're going to be cleaner waters, your sinks and your showers. That'll clean your sewage hose out for you. Store it away conveniently and sanitarily. And head on home. Again, thank you guys so much for your purchase. Hope you enjoy this Eagle for many years to come. Happy camping.